Hi amigos, this question is based on the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. Let me take the quadratic equation, that is x into x plus 2 into 12 minus k is equal to 2. He is saying that this quadratic equation should have equal roots, find k. Of course, after finding the k, he is asking the follow-up question that we can do easily. So the thing is, this quadratic equation should have equal roots. Let me understand under what conditions this quadratic equation will have the equal roots. We know that, let us suppose ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. Discriminant delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. If discriminant is greater than 0, we will have two different real roots. If discriminant is less than 0, we will have imaginary roots. If discriminant is equal to 0, we will have two equal roots. What he is saying is, this quadratic equation is having equal roots. For that, what is the condition? Discriminant equal to 0. First, let me expand the quadratic equation, that is 12 minus k into x square plus 2 into 12 minus k into x, or on the right hand side there is a 2, bring it left side, this is minus 2 is equal to 0. So if you compare with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, since he has given equal roots, discriminant has to be 0. So that is b square minus 4ac has to be 0. What is b? That is 2 into 12 minus k whole square minus 4. A is nothing but 12 minus k. C is nothing but minus 2 equal to 0. So 2 square is 4. 4 into 12 minus k whole square plus 4 into 2. 4 into 2 into 12 minus k is equal to 0. I can clearly see that I can take 4 common and also 4 common, 12 minus k common. So that is 4 into 12 minus k. If I take that common, so what is left is 12 minus k plus 1, 2 is left, 2 into 1, that's it, is equal to 0. So I can see that either first factor 12 minus k is equal to 0, or second factor 12 plus 2, 14 minus k is equal to 0. So from this, one value of k I got is 12 and the second value of k I got is 14. Let me understand whether one value of 12 and 14 is correct, or both are correct, or none of them are correct. Now let me understand that if I put k is equal to 12 in the original quadratic equation, that is in the box, what happens to the quadratic equation? I can clearly see that if I put k is equal to 12, 12 minus 12 into x square, that is 0 into x square. The coefficient of x square, a is becoming 0. So can I have coefficient of x square a as a 0? No, not at all. If I have coefficient of x square a as a 0, then that will not be quadratic equation. Since he is saying that it is having equal roots, both the roots are equal, which means that it has to be quadratic equations. Let me clearly tell you what I mean. Let us suppose I have a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. I am giving that it is a quadratic equation, but I said that a is equal to 0. If I put a is equal to 0 here, that will become 0 into x square. So 0, so that would be bx plus c is equal to 0. Is bx plus c a quadratic equation? No, not at all. It is a linear equation. So when the question is on quadratic equation, can I have a is equal to 0? Not at all. A should never be 0, which means that k should never be equal to 12. Why? Because if k is equal to 12, coefficient of x square, that is a, is becoming 0. So k is equal to 12 is an invalid value. But k, can I have k is equal to 14? Now put k is equal to 14 in the original equation. So that would be 12 minus 14, that is minus 2 into x square. Can I have that? Yes. Coefficient of x square a is minus 2, not 0. Yes, I can have k is equal to 14. So what I understood from the analysis of this is, according to the question, if I need to have equal roots, correct value is k has to be equal to 14. This is what I understood. Accordingly, I got k is equal to 14. Now the follow-up question is the distance of the point k comma k by 2. So since k is 14, that is 14 comma 14 by 2. What is the point? The point is 14 comma 7. He is saying distance of this point to the straight line. Acha, theek hai. Now let us suppose the point is 14 comma 7. The straight line is 3x plus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0. This is the straight line. He is let us say point is P. He is asking what is the distance of point P to the straight line. We know that by default distance means perpendicular distance. So he is asking what is the d perpendicular. So if you remember, there is a formula for perpendicular distance of a point to the straight line. Let me just recollect the formula. So the formula is point P x1 comma y1 to the straight line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. The perpendicular distance d perpendicular is, the formula d perpendicular is modulus of, since the distance should be positive only, so substitute the point x1 y1 in this. That would be ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by coefficient of x is a, so square root of a square, plus coefficient of y is b, so that is b square. That is the formula. Now if I apply the formula here on the right side, d perpendicular is equal to, substitute the point on this straight line, so modulus of 3 into 14 plus 4 into 7 plus 5 divided by square root of x coefficient is 3 square plus y coefficient is 4 square. So d perpendicular is 14 3s are 42 plus 28 plus 5 mod divided by 3 square is 9 plus 16 root 25, that is 5, and numerator is 75 by 5, which is 15. So the correct option is option A, which is 15. Now let us suppose you will say that, sir, I don't know how to remember the formula, and let us suppose in the exam if I suddenly forget the formula, or I have never seen this formula, sir, how can I do that, sir? How can I lose the marks, sir? I don't want to lose the marks. Please give me another method from which I can derive d perpendicular. Fine. I will also teach you the other method where you don't need to remember any formula. How to do without formula? This is the point P, 14 comma 7. He is asking us the distance of point P to the straight line, which is 3x plus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0. Now let us suppose if I drop the perpendicular, now it is meeting the line at Q. Just tell me something, if I know the point Q, deal is done, because I want PQ d perpendicular, which is nothing but PQ distance only. I can use the distance between the points P and Q and I can find out the PQ distance. The only thing is, how can I know the point PQ? Now he has given the original line 3x plus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0 in the question. Now can I find line PQ? Let us say if I find line PQ, I can solve the original line 1 and line PQ, and the point of intersection of line 1 and line PQ is nothing but point Q only, na? See, this is PQ line. Sorry. See, this is the given line and this is PQ line. The point of intersection of PQ line and line 1 is nothing but point Q. How can I find line PQ? Line PQ. To find any line, I need a point and a slope. The point P I have already, so that is 14 comma 7. How can I find slope of the PQ? So given line slope is m1, let us say, equal to minus x coefficient 3 by y coefficient 4. Now since PQ is perpendicular to line 1, so perpendicular slope m PQ will be, so minus, multiply with minus, and also reverse of 3 by 4, that would be 4 by 3, because PQ and 1 are perpendicular. M1 into MPQ is equal to minus 1. So I got the slope as MPQ is equal to 4 by 3. I have point and also a line, that would be y minus y1, that is 7, is equal to slope of PQ, which is 4 by 3, and x minus x1, which is 14. So that would be 3y minus 21 is equal to 4x minus 56. So this is the line I got, 4x minus 3y minus 35 is equal to 0. This is, let us say, equation 2, that is line PQ. Line 1 I have is 3x plus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0. Line PQ I am getting is 4x minus 3y minus 35 is equal to 0. When you solve these two equations 1 and 2, the point of intersection of these lines is nothing but point Q. You will get Q. So you will get x is equal to, when you solve it, 5 and y is equal to minus 5. So the point to Q you got as 5 comma minus 5. Now what is D perpendicular? D perpendicular is distance between P and Q. So I have P as 14 comma 7 and I have Q as 5 comma minus 5. How to find the distance between the 2 points? Distance between the 2 points PQ is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, that is 5 minus 14 whole square plus minus 5 minus 7 whole square. Minus 5 minus 7 whole square, which would be minus 9 whole square 81 plus minus 12 whole square 144, which is square root of 225. How much is this? 15. So D perpendicular is equal to 15. Again we got the same answer, that is option A, 15 is the correct answer.